Okay, so I want to share a little bit something that came up last night at work. A customer had called in. He's been with Lightspeed Internet for the last 2 years, and he went on about. He's an older man. And he wanted to say how good his service has been with us, and we only provide internet service though. And he got talking about the old Shaw, like he brought up something that I personally was involved in, and that was when, way back in 2000s, when Rogers uh, came into British Columbia as a savior, so to say. People were just despising the two big companies, TELUS and Rogers, and they really hated Rogers the worst. And they didn't have much choice. Shaw came in and provided a choice. And I was going to university, and I needed a job to supplement my income, and I got a employment temporary contract work with a temporary employment agency. They had a contract to bring in additional staff to help Shaw in their acquisition of Rogers here in Burnaby, uh, Canada. And so I took the job, and I was working as a call center agent, um, helping in the transition of Shaw hardware with the old Rogers system. And I did that for 6 months. Shaw offered me a full-time job, but I was going to university, so I couldn't take it. And that was in 2004. Uh, yeah, 2004. And I said, well, I have 2 more years of my university studies. And, so I ended up uh, finishing up university, and I was doing my own contract consulting work, and that was going really well. But in 2007, the technology bubble collapsed, and all my contracts were drying up. And I remembered Shaw wanted to give me a job, so I sent them my email, and within the same day, I got a call, and they said, how soon can you come in for an interview? And I said, right away. So they had me go in that Thursday, and they literally basically had the job offer for me. Not so much an interview, because I had worked with them a few years before that. And anyways, they said, training starts on Monday. You're available? I said, yep. And 18 years later, I concluded my employment with that company, because Rogers came back to British Columbia. And I felt like they did it just because the way they were not liked by British Columbians, and how everyone was overjoyed by Shaw coming in. So they came and bought out Shaw. And now, 2 years later, so many customers are just hating Rogers even more. And this old man last night, he called in about wanting to look at getting a little bit faster internet, because he's finding he's using more devices and doing more streaming, like his Netflix and things. He has a 10-inch, and the guy uses more internet. So we got talking about what he's got, and I gave him my professional recommendations based on uses and devices, and he said, you remind me of the people that used to work at Shaw. I couldn't believe he said that, because I probably spoke to him at in the Shaw days. Anyways, um, so you know we see it on across all industries: food industry, hospitality industry, travel industry. You know, the big companies buy out the little competition and they call it uh, competitive. Well, to remain competitive, we need to buy out our competitors. We're going to give you more choice. Yeah, right. That's far from it. And, you know, the prices go up, service and quality go down. You know, we see that in the food industries where something is really, really good. A product you can buy at the grocery store. Well, the big companies buy it out. They start changing its ingredients. They used to make spaghetti pasta sauce with real ingredients. Well, those real ingredients take time to grow and produce, and they don't like doing that. You know, they want to simulate it in a matter of, instead of months, in a matter of weeks, and then they can put it out in the market to sell. And it's less flavor, less nutritious, and they mark the price up and they lower the packaging. Um, so it's a tragic reality that Western capitalism has to come to terms with, because we went wrong. And you know, consumers, we all say we gotta speak with our wallets. Well, we don't when it comes to it. I don't. I'll be the first to admit that. I still use the big food delivery service that I hate because they're gouging me with their paper bag scam. Anyways, you know, today I'm just heading off to work, and I had a great day starting, and I'm here at the SkyTrain now, and I got to get myself into the train, off to work, help out with the little guy. So anyways, that's my thought for the day. And on my weekends, I catch the train, and I like this little park. There's always sport events on the far side. This field, they often play flag football, I think it's called. They usually are here tomorrow on Sundays. But then there's this tennis court. I've played here tennis before when I lived in this area. Anyways, thanks for watching. Drop a comment, your thoughts on capitalism. What do you think? Is it doing us wrong? See you next video.